Hi students, today I'm going to show you a place online where you can find a lot of reading material. And I want to talk to you specifically about reading material because reading for people who are acquiring a second language is, outside of the classroom, the best thing you can do. I have some research I want to show you, if I can pull it up. Of course I closed it. Okay, I want to show you some research by a variety of people. Specifically, I'm going to focus on some research by Stephen Krashen. He's the second language acquisition guru that everyone turns to for his research, which he's been doing for so many decades. And this is one of the most important quotes I can show you today. It says, "Free voluntary reading may be the most powerful tool we have in language education. In fact, it appears to be too good to be true. It is an effective way of increasing literacy and language development with a strong impact on reading comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, and writing." Now, what he's saying there is when you're reading on your own for things that you just like to read, free voluntary reading, meaning it's not an assignment, someone didn't tell you you had to read about that, you just picked something that you were interested in and started to read, whether it was a comic book or a blog or a novel, and you just started reading it for the fun of it, you are really going to increase your language development. You're going to increase your vocabulary, you're going to increase your grammar knowledge, and you're going to increase your ability to write. In fact, reading is one of the best ways you can become a better writer. This is another quote of his that says, "People acquiring a second language have the best chance for success through reading." So I can't stress enough how important it is that you are doing free voluntary reading on your own. In fact, if you could do even 5 to 10 minutes a night, it would make a huge impact. Of course, the more the better, just like reading in English is. Set aside some time every day where you are reading. Now that's why I'm showing you this site, is because Reading A to Z is a place where you can find all kinds of reading materials that might be of interest to you. And they come in a variety of levels, so whether it's you that you're finding something for, or a younger or older brother or sister, this website will have it for you. So go to this link up here. In my browser line I have written readinga-z.com. So go to that website right here, and it's already on my screen for you to see, and see that button that says free trial. Click on it and you can sign up for a free trial that will last for 14 days, and during that time you can try out a number of these readers. You can read them online, and you can even print them out like we do at the school district and have them on hand for you to read over and over, whatever you'd like to do. But I'm already a member, so I'm going to log in right here. And I'm specifically looking for these leveled readers, and I know this is the right link right here, leveled readers, and it's going to take me to this site that I'm on right here. So you can see that they start at the level AA, which is the most easy, and goes up to Z2. So somewhere along this line, you need to find books that you're interested in reading. And that same guy, Stephen Krashen, he has studied what type of books you should be reading, or excuse me, what level. And his theory is that students who are acquiring a language should read a level that's +1 of their ability. In fact, he calls it his +1 theory. So find a level of reader that you can easily read. Then don't read that level. It's too easy for you. Add just a touch more difficulty, so +1, not +10, not +20, not even +2, just one step more difficult than what you can read with complete ease. So let me show you how simple these are. If I went to level AA, and I'm not specifying a language yet, I'm just bringing this up. Oh, let me close out this thing that asks me if it wants to remember my password. Okay, so the titles in level A are very simple. It's like something you might have read in kindergarten or even earlier. So The Zoo, Funny Cat, Big. I'm going to click on one just to show you what it's like. And this is the book The Zoo, and it's available in English and Spanish and French. For now, I'm just going to look at the English version. And at the school district, when we were making our books for classroom use, we always use the single-sided one because it's really great for us to make into little books that we keep. But you could also just do projectable where you read it online. Whatever one of these things you like, choose it. So I'm going to choose it and open that book. Now I've opened a PDF, so you can see that's in a PDF version. And it's the zoo. So that is the cover. Then it says the lion, the tiger, the bear, the wolf. So you see we're at the one-word level, very novice, slow kind of language. So if this is where you're at, then that's what you would be reading. But remember, you want to do +1, so maybe you want to look at something a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to go up to O. And when you get up to these higher levels, you'll have things that are about people, like here's one on Barack Obama, Annie Oakley, and one of my favorite subjects, chocolate, Mars. And as I scroll through here, look at all of the different titles that are available. It keeps adding them even. Oh, even something about a jellyfish, whales. But what I want to do now is I want to narrow it down because those are a lot of books and I'm only looking maybe for French books. So I click on French and now it's going to reduce the books that were there before and show me only the French. So now you can see there are significantly fewer books than there were a minute ago. And maybe I would like to read a book about bats. Yeah, bats are pretty cool. So now it's going to open this book about bats. Oh, and isn't that interesting? It's also available in English and Spanish. They're not always available in all the languages, so you have to kind of look around. That's why I narrowed it down to the French ones. And I'm going to open it again as a PDF. I'm going to move this a bit so it shows up in the screen I'm using to screencast this. Oh, that didn't work very well. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it shows here Les Chauves-souris and the credits and then an introduction. And this book at level O even has chapters, so you can see it's significantly harder than the one about the zoo. And what you would want to do as a student is you want to read through a few lines of this or scan a few pages and see the difficulty level. If it's much too hard, don't do it. It just gets frustrating. But you don't want it to be so simple that it's, you know, every single word. You don't need to know every word when you're reading because your brain can just skip some things that it doesn't understand, or it uses context clues and some other little tricks to figure out words. So don't think you need to know every word, but still you don't want it to be too hard. Oh, that's pretty cool. And visuals are super important for readers as well because they help fill in the blanks of where the things we don't understand. So at novice levels, they have to have pictures, but then later on, they're nice to have as well, and I think that's pretty cool. So this is all about bats. All right, so let's say maybe that level was too hard. I want to go down to an F level, but now I'm going to look for something in Spanish. Oh, there's something about Mother's Day. I don't read Spanish very well, but I do know that, something about an airport. So let's click on that. And again, you can click through it like this way, where you're just reading on the screen, or again, you can do the PDF, which we do. And again, you can print these off at home and save some of them and read them for later, or give them to your brothers and sisters to read. So that's the Reading A to Z website. It has all of these book titles in a lot of different levels, from this one all the way up to here. Whether you are acquiring a language for the fun of it and you're just in a level 1 or a 2 class and you want to improve, or you're preparing for the AP test, reading is the very best thing you can do. It's going to make the biggest difference on your language acquisition, on how well you read and write in the other language, and it's also going to make it more fun because you're doing things that you want to do and not that someone has told you to do as an assignment. So if you have any questions on this Reading A to Z, just let me know. My name's Bonnie and I work at the school district. You can email me from the website that you're on right now, the DSD Languages, or you can call me, but I hope you're reading a lot and that you're having fun doing it. Happy reading!